You hear that? That's right. You're exactly right. I'm late to uploading a 90K video! What's up, dudes and dudettes of the internet? I almost hit my mic with my chair. That's why I gotta watch out for. How y'all doing today, folks? Hope you're doing fantastic, wonderful. Hope this video makes your day even better. So this is the 90,000 subscriber special. Oh my goodness, it's so late. What's going on? I know, okay? And I'm sorry about that. I've just been extremely preoccupied and busy with all of the editing that I've been doing in my videos, which you may or may not have noticed. Of course, you know, certain games don't really have as much dankity. That's like dank memes, that's the verb to it, I guess, or is that the noun? I don't know. But needless to say, folks, I just want to say thank you so very much that we actually did end up hitting 90K as fast as we did. Now it's time for the slow haul to getting to 100K. It still is moving for sure, but it's not moving nearly as fast because that Trove console hype is starting to die down, which I knew it was gonna end up happening. I'm just happy that it ended up happening at the time that it did, you know, with the holidays and everything like that. It means that I was able to give the videos my all, and I've really been enjoying the way that I've been working on the videos lately, you know, with the different editing and cuts and stuff like that. Just been absolutely loving every aspect of my job, and I'll be honest here, folks, I was starting to get a little bit tired of editing and was thinking that, oh man, maybe hiring somebody to edit my videos for me is gonna be a little bit sooner than expected, you know what I mean? For the most part now, I'm actually really enjoying editing my videos, and while in the future I'm sure I'll have to hire somebody because otherwise I'm gonna be spending so much time doing all the other aspects of my work, or maybe I'll just keep editing it myself. I don't know. Would that be okay with all of you? No, but most of all, it's been eating up. Like, I have no personal time. None. Like, none. Seriously, I have no time for myself, and I'm not complaining. I love my work. I absolutely love it, and I personally believe that all of you are as deserving of that more so now than ever before, you know? It's like I'm doing my videos for myself, yes, most definitely, but one thing that lots of people really seem to have a hard time digesting, I think that's because they're not a content creator or not doing things for the same reason, is that now it's beyond me. Now there's so many of you, I have to keep doing this. It is my drive. You are the reason I'm doing this. And also the reason I can't stop. But I mean that in the most positive way possible. So, as far as the channel is concerned, folks, Astroneer ended up finishing recently. We'll wave a fond farewell to that game. It was absolutely awesome. I do want to play it again in the future, but I know that it's going to be a very slow design process. Like, it's in slow-mo. Because there's only, like, what, 2 people working on that game or something crazy? I don't know. What you can expect right now, currently, is the Dragon Quest Builders game. I promise to those of you that have been keeping up with that series that once we get past that stupid long tutorial and oh man does it drag out, I'm honestly surprised that game is really starting to step it up hardcore. It's getting really exciting. We'll talk about Trove in a bit. SkySaga, you know, I'm honestly surprised that the devs have developed the game in the direction that they have. They really listen to the fans, which makes me very excited because when I played SkySaga like years ago, I don't even know how long it's been, honestly. Yeah, it would have been years ago, I think, but I don't know. But either way, I did a series of it, like a co-op series with my brother, and while it was a lot of fun, honestly, I was surprised that we had like over 50 episodes. It was a lot of fun, but at the same time, it ended up getting very old very fast for both of us because we didn't really care about the building aspect. We were mostly just about the adventuring, and there's only so many times that the game can reset our accounts that we could stay excited about. But right now, I'm actually really enjoying enjoying what the game is and the direction that it's taking, you know, like with the loot crate system and the shops in town, and they kind of got rid of a little bit of the tedious stuff as far as like the gear and the combat and stuff is concerned. Crafting still sucks and you need like 50 different items to repair your gear, but whatever. And then beyond that, Roblox have been having a blast with that one, especially with fans. Not necessarily recording it, but just playing it off camera. Honestly speaking, folks, outside of Trove, Roblox is probably one of the most played games that I do off camera. So add me up on there, except my friends list is full like always. Murder Mystery, I ended up missing this last week, and I'm sorry about that. There is one coming out this week, and I know I should be doing some more Prison Life, especially because I went pay to win, and I ended up getting the SWAT shield. But we'll show you all of that craziness in a video when I ever end up having the time and stop monopolizing my Roblox recording sessions with weird side games like Roblox 64 and Sanic, because I personally am really enjoying those. But 2 obstacle course series in Roblox, yeah, that's gonna do good. And then as far as Trove is concerned, it's doing great. Thanks for asking. No, but I've been really enjoying the Xbox version, really enjoying the PS4 version, and also enjoying the PC version, but it has taken a bit of a back seat. I did actually release a video kind of talking about that a little bit more in detail about why I've been moving away from the PC version. It's not that I've got anything against the PC version of Trove or anything, folks. Most of all, it's just that I personally am having a lot more fun on the console versions right now, you know, because the PC version I've been playing for such a long time with a mouse and keyboard, and there's just something about playing Trove slower with a controller where it's all clunky and it's crashing all the time. Well, the crashing sucks. Most of all, it's because I get to play the game at the beginning and kind of start the community from the ground up, and generally speaking, I think that the console community is a lot less toxic. But that's not why I'm not playing the Trove on PC as much anymore. I am still grinding it off camera, you know, just kind of hanging out with people and stuff. But for the most part, you know, I maxed out like all the gems that I have on my Neon Ninja, and now it's just at the point where it would just be random generation whether or not I get a better gem, which just doesn't end up happening. So, you know, there's not really that much motivation. Right now I'm at the end game of Trove on PC, so it's kind of just get the next item so that I just have it unlocked, and there you go. And not to mention all the new content. Very excited as well about the new expansion that the devs have been talking about. Most of all because I'm hoping that they actually release it with the console update that's gonna bring it up to the PC standard, you know what I mean? But wait, there's more. So there's a couple future series that are gonna be coming on the channel that I want to talk about now, not necessarily start just yet. One of those, if you've been in the Discord, you already know, is going to be Uncharted 4. I've never owned a PS3, and I only recently ended up getting a PS4 with Trove so that I could start that community, which has just been absolutely awesome. But it's also a nice excuse that I can actually catch up on a lot of the games that I ended up missing that I wanted to play. You know, I'm actually a huge fan of the Uncharted games, but I never ended up owning the games themselves because I never had a PS4, so I'd watch other people do Let's Plays of them, right? And while I don't know if I'll ever be able to squeeze in Uncharted 1, 2, and 3 on the channel, I'm definitely gonna be doing a Let's Play series of Uncharted 4. I actually played through the entire game off camera myself, just because it's that good, but also because I want to know where I need to go in the series, because otherwise that's gonna take up a lot of time, and I'm gonna do a very different format with that series when it starts. You'll see when it does start, but I want to be able to progress. Like that's gonna be the primary goal, is to get through the game as quick as possible while not just doing it as a speed run or anything, right? And then also, while I've been playing that game, lots of people have been suggesting that I play The Last of Us. I never played those games, never really got into them, never even watched much footage of them, honestly, but I recently ended up looking at the beginning intro sequence, and man alive, I understand why people are so hyped about those games. If you don't know, the Uncharted team actually made The Last of Us, but it's a more serious and darker toned type of game than the Uncharted, where it's kind of light and happy and it's a good time, even though they swear constantly. But yeah, I'm gonna start a Last of Us series when I find the time and can squeeze that in, because otherwise I'm gonna be perfectly fine and preoccupied with Uncharted 4. There's also gonna be the Ratchet and Clank on PS4. It's just called Ratchet and Clank. It's like the old Ratchet and Clank 1 kind of remade and reimagined to actually launch with that Ratchet and Clank movie that was in theaters. I wish I could have saw that in theaters, but rip, it's impossible. I don't think it's even here in Canada, and good luck ever finding a DVD of that, right? But I have always loved the Ratchet and Clank games as well, and I think that would fit very well with the channel, you know, being all kid-friendly and stuff like that. They're actually really good games, but I'm not really in the mood for that type of game just yet, so I'll start that series probably after Uncharted when I can actually squeeze it in, because that's the thing too, is a lot of the games that I'm running on the channel right now are what I like to call infinium games, meaning that I can play them until I get bored with them. So potentially we can have like 5 zillion episodes and stuff, as opposed to games like Uncharted and games like Ratchet and Clank, where it's a single player adventure and it comes to an end, which is nice in a way. It's kind of like a nice little break because of the fact that, you know, we're always progressing in the series, you know, instead of just kind of gaining experience being the progression. And then for random indie games, I do want to start a Hardlands series at some point, but at the current version of the game, I don't know if I'm going to get the chance. I'll definitely do a random side video on it just to kind of show you all what that game is, because I don't think enough people know how cool that game is. It's kind of like a Skyrim meets Fable type of game, right? And then generally speaking, I've still got a lot of other random indie games to cover, not to mention if I can end up ever finding time to go to Itch.io and find some new other free indie games that I want to kind of promote. That's kind of what I do when I do those videos, is I want to like give attention to those indie devs in the hopes that somehow my small-time channel and small-time videos would actually be able to reach people. But anyways, folks, I've got to edit this video and get it up as soon as possible, because otherwise we are very, very quickly creeping up on 100K subs, and I am absolutely ecstatic about that. Again, like I said in my last vlog video, I know it's just a number, but it still is very, very hype for me, because I'm starting to feel that only now I'm actually starting to not only understand a lot more about myself as a person and about the format of content that I want to present, you know, with all the dank memes and all the jokes and stuff like that, kind of using editing to portray the same high energy that I feel inside, you know? And with that, I've noticed too with the editing that I can kind of make my jokes a little bit more obvious, because I know that some people that might come to the channel, my jokes can be a little bit subtle if you don't already know like my personality, and I felt that that would actually hurt my content. So now I'm actually a lot more confident with it, and also just a lot more confident in myself as a person, you know, kind of just joking around a lot more and not taking it really as seriously. And you know, if there's a problem with a game, I'll just say, hey, I don't really like this, instead of, you know, pretending that everything's all good and then having to stop and breathe into a bag and wait until I could come back to it. But yeah, I've been loving my content, loving all the fans. You know, you people have just been absolutely amazing to me, and you deserve the very best, and that's why I'm gonna give you the best of my abilities. Thanks so much for watching, everybody. Here's to 100K and just the future in general, because as we're starting to get to this point, I'm personally starting to feel that only now I'm actually breaking into the real, like, professional YouTube crowd. Up until this point, it's been about gaining experience, and now I feel that I'm actually starting to understand the bigger picture as to doing YouTube full time as a like proper living and making enough money off of it. Because up until this point, you know, I've kind of just been messing around, just kind of doing what I feel like, and while I'm still going to continue to do so because I'm just a spontaneous type of person, you know, that recent bad Kate video, right? But I'm just saying that I'm starting to kind of come into my own, or at least that's how I feel about it as I'm just watching through my videos again and editing them again, and just it's kind of like returning back to something that I feel I was starting to lose, and that is the heart as to why I started doing YouTube in the first place, you know? Because otherwise, let me say this here, folks, if you start a YouTube channel, never ever get absorbed with the numbers. And that's the thing. Don't beat yourself up if you do sit there and think about the numbers, because everything online, everything, you know, the numbers of the subs, the numbers of the views, the numbers of the likes and dislikes, all of that is just going to sit there and try to get in the way of what it is that you're passionate about. You know, I know I'm getting a little bit deep here, but I'm just saying this is kind of something that I deal with as a person, and I feel that a lot of people deal with, especially with content like YouTubers and stuff like that, is you can get very addicted to, you know, the high point of YouTube, right? Like the high point of the Trove series, you know, like the console version of Trove coming out and the channel exploding. But thankfully, I already had that experience with Trove when it launched on Steam, and even further than that, had that experience with the Mario 64 series that I did with my brother that ended up randomly exploding, right? So I've got a lot of experience with that high point, and am starting to finally understand in myself as a person that that high point doesn't stay forever. So it's not that I'm using that as an excuse to not get hyped about it. I guess I'm just trying to say, be true to yourself, do what you love, and don't let anybody ever tell you different. Thanks so much for watching this Too Deep for Me video, everybody. Very much appreciate it. Hope you enjoyed. I hope you have a fantastic day. Here's to 100K. Sign or stay epic, and as always, keep it dank.